This is Jim Genwright with Liberty Hill. I wanted to make you this message today for those of you that are underemployed or maybe you've lost your job. You know, we're in the worst economy in 70 years, and it can be a real challenge to survive financially, especially if you have a family and loved ones that are counting on you. If you're working in a job right now and you can't make ends meet, you know, maybe your spouse is just freaking out, mad at you, just punishing you because you're not able to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I know how that is. I totally get it. And when you look at your options as to what you can do to solve the problem, it can be frustrating given the current economic environment. You know, unemployment is at an all-time high, and I believe it's going to get much, much worse. And here's the thing, you know, back in 2008, I had a business and we capitalized it to the tune of a couple $1 million. We had Fortune 500 clients, and I had a corrupt employee that took it upon himself to steal my intellectual property, and he went off and raised $7 million on it, and he basically destroyed my business. And I tried to fight it, right? I went to court. I can remember the attorney saying, "Are you the last man standing? Are you the last man standing? Answer the question." And I had gone on to explain how I had leveraged my home, not made my house payment for 4 or 5 months, put everything in the business, how my other partners basically bailed on me when the money dried up, and I was the one left, the last man standing, right? And going through all this, I lost everything. I lost the court cases. I even called the FBI, and they said, "Hey, clearly what this guy has done is criminal, but, you know, we're so busy chasing the mortgage crisis, we don't have the enforcement to go after that." So imagine all the collateral damage with $2 million going up in smoke. I mean, a lot of my business network thought I was radioactive. I had creditors that I had guaranteed payment to come after me. I had legal fees. I had enormous accounting fees. I just couldn't keep it together, right? And I'll never forget, I had to sell my house. And when I told my family, my kids were there, we were all in the living room, and my kids were very young at the time, 3 of them, you know, maybe 5 and 7 and 12, whatever their ages were, just young kids. And I told them that we had to sell the house that they were born in, and they were like, they started to cry, you know, and they were like, "Please, Daddy, please don't sell the house. We were born here. And what did we do wrong, Daddy? Please, I don't want to move. I don't want to move, Daddy. Please make it right. Do something, Daddy." And I can remember sitting there, and I was completely helpless to do anything. I couldn't help them, and I had to sell my house. And I lost everything. And so when we moved, I had to find a job for the first time in 14 years. And that wasn't easy. I had a lot of people that were telling me, even though you've done all these great things, you're overqualified. You know, I got with the recruiters. I did the high-end resume. I networked. I went and spent countless hours on job boards. I went to trade shows. I went into websites and started emailing companies. I called in favors from friends and family. And I'll never forget, one of my relatives had a lead on a job, and I sent him an email to follow up. And I don't know if he was drunk or in a bad mood, but he sent me a glaring email back that said, "I'm not your freaking agent. Go help yourself." And that hurt. And the thing was, you know, it wasn't up to my friends and my family to help me. It wasn't. It was up to me. And in an environment, in the worst economy in 70 years, as a middle-aged person that's in your 40s or 50s or 60s, and you need income for survival, it's a competitive environment. There's MBAs that can't find jobs, okay? MBAs from Ivy League schools that can't get jobs. And if you do get a job, you know, it's probably not going to be that executive income of $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year that you're accustomed to. You may have to sacrifice yourself and work a job that only pays $30,000 or $40,000. And when you have a household of 5 people and you're accustomed to making 3 to 5 times that amount of money, and all you do is make $30,000 or $40,000 a year, and now you have to get in your car and sit in traffic and deal with the politics of the boss that is a control freak, that doesn't care about your kids' soccer game. They don't care about the grandparent that passed away and the funeral that you want to go to. I mean, that's what this world has come to. And then you take all the automation and the technology, which is a great thing. Innovation is a great thing. But it's replaced a lot of jobs, and you've had a lot of offshoring of jobs. You see, when you look at what's going on in Greece and Spain and the high unemployment and the debt crisis and the politicians that don't seem to care, and you project that out into the future, and if you find yourself in a situation where you've been laid off, you've been fired, or maybe you're working, but you just can't keep it together, right? You're the last man standing, and everything is going against you. What are your options? How do you get out of the trap? Sure, maybe you can start a business, right? The American dream. Maybe you could do a franchise, a proven business system. But what does it cost to do that, right? Maybe you've lost a lot of your net worth. Maybe your credit is all messed up. Maybe you don't have $100,000, $200,000 to risk in the worst economy ever. Well, perhaps you can get a new job. You can call your friends. Maybe you can do that. Maybe you could do one of these MLMs or network marketing deals. It seems like a great concept, but for me, it's never worked. I've tried and tried and tried all these things, and my track record has been 0 on every one of these things. I mean, imagine having friends in high places and going to them and going, "Hey, here's a network marketing deal." I mean, they may never take your call again. You know, in my case, the internet is what saved me. I didn't have any other place to turn. I had tried all those MLMs and business opportunities. I had tried really, really hard to get a job. The internet was full of promise. It was a business that I could have with a low cost of entry. It was a business that I could market 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You know, if you have never gotten a commission from the internet, if you've never received one of those emails that says you just earned a commission, I've got to tell you, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world. I mean, to be hanging out with your friends or having pizza with your daughters and to get one of those emails that says you just made $100. I remember the first time that happened. Man, I ran in there and I told my wife, you see, it does work. I just wanted her to validate me after being accused of being a failure because I couldn't find the job, right? But here's the thing. The internet is full of promise, but it can also be a trap. I'll tell you why. There's all these things that you have to learn, scripts and code and HTML and doing web pages and capture pages and landing pages and autoresponders and pay-per-click marketing and SEO. And, you know, when you're learning all that stuff, it's really hard to make money, right? In my case, I bought everything. I bought every course. I learned everything about it over the course of years, right? And sure, I made money here and there, but did I really make money? Did I make money to the level of having a full-time executive equivalent salary? Did I make money like that? No, because I was too busy learning all these complex things about how to be an internet marketer. See, that's where people go wrong. That's where people go wrong in their business. Because if you try to learn all this stuff, how can you market? Everybody knows that if you're not marketing, you're not making money, right? Well, here's the good news for you. There is a system, and I really wish I could say I was the one that created this. You know, I've had my own product launches. They're expensive. It can be technical. And I would love to say I created this system, but I didn't. And it doesn't matter. It's so great. I'm going to tell you about it because it can actually help you. If you're in a situation where you want to make money and you don't want to learn about all the technical stuff, there is a system that you can plug into right now. And it does the selling for you. It's already set up, so you don't have to learn about websites. You don't even need hosting, right? You could go into this system that's highly converting, and not only can you solve your problem where you're not making enough money, or if you need a job, you won't need a job. It could put you in a situation where you could live your dreams, right? This is a system that is full of leverage. And this is a system that could change your life. You see, the internet is one of the last vestiges of freedom in a society that is anything but. You don't have to live in the corporate death trap, and you don't have to get upset at your spouse because she wants you to perform. Perform. Click on the link and take action. Until next time, this is Jim Ginwright with Liberty Hill, and I approve this message.